Good morning, good morning. Happy Saturday. Good morning, afternoon, evening, whatever time of day it is that you are watching this video here. But hello nonetheless. So today we are going to do an eyebrow tutorial. So happy Saturday. Hope you guys are having a wonderful Saturday thus far. It's gotten off to a very good start. All right. So today's tutorial is going to be really quickly done. I'm not really going to do a full face. I just want to do an eyebrow tutorial. And so some of the products that I'm going to be using, which is something that I've seen on Instagram, and I found out, of course, that drag queens use it and have been using it for a very long time. I have adopted it into my makeup routine, and honey, let me tell you, it is so fire. And it's something as simple as Elmer's glue. Yes, Elmer's glue. And so, yeah. So I'm going to be using that. Of course, I'm going to be using a clean spoolie. And then follow through, I'm going to be using my Anastasia Dip Brow. And this color is in Ebony. Okay. This is a darker shade than what I've been using. I used to use just dark brown, but this ebony really does have a lot more, add a lot more definition to my brows and my whole face and makeup look. So I really enjoy the darker color because it's fire. As a concealer, I'm going to be using my Juvia's Place concealer, either this one or what is this, Born This Way concealer. So either one. Of course, you know the typical use for concealers have grown to not just being a blemish concealer for dark spots and or blemishes that you may have on your skin, your face, but you can also use these as a good eyeshadow primer as well, and to carve out your eyebrows. Okay, so I'm going to start off with just one eye. That's all we're going to do is one eye today. And now you know also, y'all, your eyebrows are not sisters, right? I'm sorry, they're not twins. They are sisters. That's what we used to say years ago. I don't know if they still say that. Do they? I know when I was a freelance makeup artist for MAC Cosmetics, we used to always say that. Because your eyebrows are never the same. And I do not use a stencil. Some people use stencils, some people don't. Some people just have a really good steady hand, you know, and can really be really creative with the steady movement of their hand to carve out your eyebrow. And when I say carve out, I'll show you what I mean here in just a bit. So I'm going to start off with one eye and just two passes through my eyebrows back and forth. Okay. Gonna grab that spoolie and spread that product, that glue throughout my brow. And I'm going to just brush these hairs up. All right, like so. And typically, if you have any, you know, if you had not arched your eyebrows, and you have a lot of excess hair when you brush your brows up, like I just did, you can use a pair of brow trimmers, and it's got a little dip of a curve in it, and take that and get the excess hair off of your brow. I'm sorry, I dropped. But nonetheless, you can get the excess hair off if you have really long eyebrow hair. And you just go through and just trim it. No big deal, just trim it. All right, that should be good and dry now. Going to take my product and get started. I'm not going to do a whole lot of talking. Just want to show you more or less. Okay. Now this dip brow Goes a long way. The color is very rich and pigmented. Now for me, I like to start in the middle of the brow and work my way out and then work my way back in. Okay? So now I'm just taking what's left on the brush and fill in, shade in, so to speak. I'm getting used to this video recording, y'all, so don't judge me, don't laugh. I'm not a pro at this yet. I do have an iPhone, I'm sorry, an Android. And I'm learning how to do these videos on my own, so doing the best that I can, okay? How about that? So now that we have that, I'm going to take that same spoolie now. This particular product is rather creamy, and so therefore you don't need a lot of the product when you initially start, because with it being in such a creamy texture, you can brush and fill in your brows. So as you see, I'm not a hairy person, and I don't have a lot of hair on my brows, so just add some definition like that. Big difference, right? Big difference. Okay? And I'm going to follow through with I think I'm going to use the Born This Way concealer, and this color is in Toffee. Don't need a lot, of course. Sorry, I thought I had my brush handy. So I'm going to use just a very small brush like so, and what I like to do is squeeze it to make it really thin. It's not a very thick brush anyway, or you can use an angled brush, which is what I used with the dip brow. Whatever you prefer, there's no right or wrong, just whatever works best for you. Okay, now I'm going to follow through here and carve out and define my eyebrows the way I want them shaped. So here's the thing. If you do not have a I feel like a teacher in the classroom for real. So listen, if you do not have, no, let me take that back. If you do not draw on your line very smooth and precise, don't worry about it, because your concealer is your eraser, so to speak, okay? So at that point, you don't have to worry about, unless that's what you want to do, but I don't worry about like using a makeup remover wipe to kind of carve out my brows. I like to just use my concealer and then go from there and shape and remove any additional lines or mess or what have you that I may have drawn on, and it could have been not so precision. I like precision myself. So nonetheless, you go ahead and use your concealer. It's like a magic eraser, so you're going to carve out and shape your brows how you want them anyway. All right. And then you're going to take that same brush. I'm not using any additional product. And I'm just going to blend that concealer down onto the eyelid. like so. You see the shape coming in already. I love it. And then I'm going to take this Morphe brush. This is my concealer brush. I really like to use this. It blends in really, really well. Or you can use your beauty blender. Just whatever you prefer. But you definitely don't want to have such product just sitting underneath the brow without having it smooth. Like so. And you see that shape coming in, right? Now I'm going to do the same very thing on top of my eyebrow. Carve it out. And thank you for watching. Let me know if you got any questions while we're looking. Okay? Okay, see it coming together? A lot of times people ask, do you have on tattooed eyebrows? And the answer is no. It's just that for me, the dip brow makes my eyebrows look more tattooed than using a pencil. I used to love using MAC eyebrow pencils. I was using Stud, which was a darker brown. I forget those colors. Oh my God. It was Stud and something else. I forget, but nonetheless, I have been using Anastasia Dip Brown for years now. And so that's just my all-time go-to. So I'm going to go on in now with my Beauty Blender. Underneath that brow and on top. And I'm just going to smooth out and buff this all out. And there you have an eyebrow, girls. And then, of course, I'd go on and finish my makeup with whatever foundation and colors that I will be using on my eyes for the day. But that's it. I just wanted to show you guys really quickly how I do my eyebrows. And it's your own preference as to how you do what you do, what products that you use. Just be sure to learn, of course, what color pencil or gel or powder that you use is, a good match for your complexion, even as well as a concealer that you use. Even if you use something light, because as I showed you, this Juvia's Place, of course, it is very light. It doesn't match my complexion, but I do like to use it underneath on my eyes and to carve out my eyebrows as well. So today we just using a darker color, but either way, you don't see it unless you want to see it, okay? And there's some other tips and tricks that you can, I can show you guys at a later time about that. But nonetheless, now let's just say, for instance, if you don't have a concealer, you can use your foundation. You still get the same effect for the most part. But here we are. An eyebrow. And I use a straight razor to arch my eyebrows. So there you are. Even though I didn't arch them right now. All right. So listen, I hope this helped you a little bit. On your eyebrow journey, a lot of people are, the first thing that you see, a lot of people say is eyebrows. So a lot of us ladies are really getting into our makeup, into the shape of our eyebrows. And of course, the shape of your eyebrow also can be determined by the shape of your face, your bone structure. It's not just putting on a product on your eye and drawing a line. Okay, it's a lot more definitive things that goes into place when doing your eyebrows. So let that be known as well. So don't just think, well, I'm going to draw my eyebrows in this shape like Melissa's. I like the way her eyebrows are shaped. I'm going to do mine like that. Doesn't work like that, y'all. You got to know your own bone structures, your shape of your eyes, oval, round, bone structure. All of that plays a part into how you do your eyebrows, how you arch your eyebrows, all kind of things, so etc., etc. So don't just think you can draw your eyebrows on like this and your bone structure, of course, isn't like mine. Of course, you can draw them on to your liking, but nonetheless, nobody's eyebrows are going to be the same. But if you have any questions, be sure to let me know. Until next time, peace.